Sir, may I please come in?
Please come, Mayur.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, sir.
Please sit down, Mayur. Please.
Sir.
So, Mayur, please introduce yourself to the panel.
Sir, my name is Mayur Hazarika. I am from Assam, Tejpur. I have done my schooling from Tejpur itself. After that, I have done my graduation in Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery from Guwahati Medical College, Assam. And after that, I have done 1 year rural service as a medical officer in Bamuni Mini PSC, Assam itself.
So, Mayur, tell us something about Phulbari. And there is a Phulbari Dhubri bridge, which is the talk of the town. Tell us something about it.
Sir, the Phulbari in my depth is actually a tea garden. So it's a tea estate. I was born in that place. And sir, the Phulbari Dhubri, the bridge is going on. It's been constructed, Bogeybill Bridge.
When is it likely to be completed?
Sir, I'm not very sure.
No idea. So why is it so important? Why
Sorry?
Why is it so important that it is known?
Bridge. Yes, sir. Sir, I think it's because of connection between the north bank and the south bank of the Brahmaputra. It will also, this infrastructure is also because it will help in connecting Assam with Arunachal Pradesh, and this infrastructure.
Is it Arunachal or Meghalaya?
Sorry, sir, Meghalaya. Yes, sir.
Now tell me, you have mentioned that you led a COVID team in Guwahati during COVID.
Yes, sir.
So tell me your success story, if it was actually a success story, briefly.
Yes, sir. Sir, in that COVID care center, we had two full jobs. One was within the COVID care center itself, and the other was the field work. And sir, every day 2 teams were there. I was in charge. I had to allocate the people. Those people who went to field, they went there, and even I also accompanied at times. And we tried to convince people in high hotspot areas, like people of high congregation of people, bazaars, marketplaces, and we tried to convince the shopkeepers so that they allow us to test them. This would help us in screening those areas with very high contact points. And at the same time, back in the center, the job was to help those people who wanted to carry out testing process. And after the testing was done, if somebody came out to be positive, then we offered them the option of either being transferred to a hospital or the place where treatment can be done, or if they wanted to go for home isolation, then we went there, accompanied them, put a containment zone.
So in all, the casualties were not too many?
Sorry, sir?
Casualties, any casualties during that period where you had done this job?
Sir, no, actually during that COVID care center, it was not a hospital job. However, I have done jobs in ICUs also. At that moment, I saw 2 or 3 deaths. Yes.
In your MBBS, you have also your specialization in surgery also. That is one of your subjects. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So tell me, the robotic surgery,
Yes, sir.
in what manner it is good in terms of the person who uses, the doctor or the surgeon, and in terms of the patient?
Sir, robotic surgery is an emerging field in surgery. There are 1 or 2 facilities in Assam. So the major advantage of robotic surgery is that it can go for very high precision, short field areas of surgery, which human hands cannot normally. They find it difficult to maneuver hands in those small field of surgery. So that helps in reducing trauma as well as damage to nearby tissues, and that way the patients are also benefited.
Tell me, in the budget, some highlights which prove that this budget may address the problem of unemployment and will contain inflation.
Yes, sir. The budget with a total outlay of around 45 lakh crores, sir, it has given us 7 goals basically. Sir, with respect to that containing unemployment, sir, firstly, the government has gone for a very high investment in infrastructure, with around 10 lakh crores of investment that will help in providing employment opportunities. So besides that, the government is also focusing on agriculture, and they have come up with public digital infrastructure that will be providing information to the digitally to the farmers that will help them in knowing the up-to-date information about the market. So besides that, the government is also investing in they have come up with a sub scheme under PM Matsya Sampada Yojana, so that will help in fisheries.
What about inflation?
Yes, sir. Sir, the inflation basically with the food, the government has come up with high storage facilities, and that will help in reducing the wastage of food grains, and that would also help in containing the prices of foods. And
Mayur, suppose if you get into IAS and you got Assam cadre, and somebody asks you, would you like to become health secretary or would you like to become rural developer? Which one would you choose?
yes, sir. Sir, I think both the positions would be
No,
good.
choose one.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I know both of them are important.
Yes. Sir, based on my experience in medical sector, I have also worked in the public sector of medical science. I know the loopholes here and there. So, sir, I think most probably I will be able to give some type of specialized opinion on that because of domain expertise in that sector. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, Mayur,
Yes, sir.
we were talking about bridge.
Yes, sir.
So, do you think some mistake happened?
Yes, sir.
Okay, forget it.
Yes.
There is another bridge called Bhupen Hazarika Bridge.
Yes, sir.
Where is that bridge?
Sir, that is the Dhola Sodia Bridge. It's in Tinsukia. It connects Dhola village. Dhola.
Can I say that it is over river Brahmaputra or
So,
no?
no, it is in Lohit, over river Lohit.
Lohit River.
Yes, sir.
So, how is it that you over Lohit River and then do you need to cross Brahmaputra River?
Sir, Lohit is actually a south bank tributary of the river Brahmaputra, and it connects with Brahmaputra from the south.
Okay. So, crossing Lohit, you do not reach the other side. Another river is there. No.
Yes, sir.
Which other river?
Sorry, sir, I am unable to recall.
Okay. Working in health sector,
Yes.
do you think is there any particular disease which is endemic to Assam?
Yes, sir. Sir, disease does it need to be infectious disease or it can be non-infectious?
Whichever is endemic to Assam.
Yes, sir. Sir, I think very high anemia rate is there within the female population of Assam.
Very good. And when you were working in PSC, where it was located, you said?
Sir, it was Bamuni Mini PSC near Koliabor.
Near Koliavar.
Yes.
So that means tea garden area.
Yes, sir. I heard.
Okay. So you found this lack of, what do you call? Lack of hemoglobin, no?
Yes, sir.
I see. And are there any other disease?
Yes, sir. There were skin diseases.
Do you think parasites are more that inside? That because anemia results from what? Malnutrition or there is some parasites inside?
Sir, there can be multiple factors.
No, what you found?
Sir, I think it was mostly because of nutritional factors.
So what remedies you suggest?
Sir, the government provides ferrous sulfate tablets, and I used to recommend it. But before that, I often used to carry out the test. It was available in our PSC to assess how much hemoglobin is required, how much hemoglobin percentage is there. If the percentage was lower than 8%, then I used to refer it to the Koliabor PSC so that they can take injections as well.
Okay. There is a community of called Rohingya or Rohingya.
Yes, sir.
Is it not? Now, some Rohingyas have entered our country.
Yes, sir.
Bangladeshis also enter our country.
Yes, sir.
The treatment of Bangladeshi and treatment of Rohingya is not same. Rohingyas continue to be here, whereas Bangladeshi, if we catch hold of them, we try to
Deport.
deport. Deport means we push them back.
Yes.
So why there is a difference between the two?
Sir, Rohingyas are, as far as I can recall, sir, Rohingyas have been have been said to be one of the most religiously persecuted communities of the whole world. It has been declared by UN. And however, India has not given the refugee status to Rohingyas, as far as I can recall. They have dealt it on a case-by-case basis and are saying that there is a greater threat to national security if they allow Rohingyas in a similar manner as Tamils from Sri Lanka, unlike those. Sir, however,
The question is, why not push them back to the same place from where they came?
so actually, there's a principle of non-refoulement. So if they are religiously persecuted, then it is not right for us to, under the principle of non-refoulement, to return them back to Myanmar.
Can we send them to Bangladesh? They must have come from Bangladesh.
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm not very sure about the legal.
Tell me why Assam is having a border dispute with so many neighboring states. Let us pick up one example.
Yes, sir.
Say Nagaland. Why we have border dispute?
Sir, the often Assam is involved in border disputes with its neighbors because most of its neighbors have been born out of Assam. They were at some point of time a part of Assam, and during those process of creating those states, there were some disputes regarding sharing of border. That's why the Assam is so often hard with this.
Okay, thank you.
for-
That will do. Thank you.
Mayur, Hazarika.
Yes, sir.
Tell me who are the Bharat Ratna winners from Assam?
Sir, I can recall Dr. Bhupen Hazarika, and sir, sorry.
No, that's all. I find you are interested in football and Rubik Cube. So first Rubik Cube. What kind of logic makes Rubik Cube work?
So the mechanism is internal pivot mechanism. Sir, it is based on a central point, and based around a central point, the cubes are rotated. There are 26 cubelets, and they can come up in 43 quintillion combinations. However, based on some algorithms and some logic, we try to figure out that one solution amongst those 43 quintillion possible combinations.
So you solve 3 by 3, 4 by 4 or 5 by 5?
Sir, no, I'm mostly solved 3 by 3 and mirror cube.
Why is football not picking up in India? Means what should be done to make it popular? Cricket, everybody wants to play cricket.
Yes, sir. Sir, I can think of 4 or 5 reasons for this. So, firstly, the grassroots level talent search and scouting system is not properly established in India. And secondly, sir, there is issue of infrastructure. The football clubs, they lack infrastructure, and this was even evident during the AFC Championship Cup. Sir, and then thirdly, sir, there is also a lack of well-organized promotion relegation club system. This league, they are saying that they will go from 2023-24, they will transform into promotion relegation system. However, unlike most of the European and South American countries, India does not have that promotion relegation system yet. And sir, fourthly, I believe that more football training and coaching staff should also be trained because they will be the ones who will be helping in finding the talents, young talents.
There is a tendency to hire foreign coaches.
Yes, sir.
Why this craze for foreign coach versus Indian coach? Why don't we go in for Indian coach to train our teams, be it cricket, be it football or hockey?
Yes, sir. Sir, in particular to football, sir, India's golden period is said to be around late 50s to early 60s. During that period, the coach of India was Sir Indian, Syed Abdul Rahim. Sir, it is not that we have been always going for foreign coaches. However, of late, since 1980s, the status of football in India has been on decline till 2015 around. So that is why this coaching staff is also lacking. These institutions which provide training to the coaches in India. That is why, sir, we are now going for foreign coaches so that in the short term we can help the team.
You have heard of Central Vista project.
Yes, sir.
Do you think it is waste of money?
Sorry, sir. Sir, no, I don't think that this is a waste of money. Sir, this is because there is the need to come up with the state of art and more advanced facilities that needs to be provided to the assemblies, to the legislatures of India, and that is why I think that this is it is a judicious intention to invest in this.
Anything else besides that?
Sir, with respect to Central Vista.
With respect to Central Vista itself, is there any other reason why
Yes, sir.
we are moving from old parliament to the new?
Yes, sir. Sir, it is because we want to enlarge the legislature seat, because we have the end of this delimitation process is in 2025, and the government is thinking that they will probably come up with enlargement of the legislatures, the seats, and that is why it is required.
All right. What is your opinion on human cloning? Human cloning.
Yes,
Give
sir.
me social and ethical aspects of human cloning.
Yes, sir.
What do you think?
Sir, human cloning is the process of producing a similar individual from one's own genetic material. Sir, the social implications I can think of is firstly the legitimacy of the person who is born by this process. Will the society accept him as a legitimate person? And also, sir, there is an issue of they might be used for various illegal or immoral purposes. For example, organ harvesting, or he might be used as a slave. So, sir, I think, and also there is an element of playing with life, sir. So, those are the issues I think that revolve around human cloning.
Okay, last question I want to ask you is on health sector in this budget 20.
Yes, sir.
Can you say something? Has it gone up?
Yes,
Has
sir.
it remained stagnant? And
Sir, yes. Sir, it has gone up. The budget, the outlay has been, sir, 88,956 crores this time. It has gone up from around 86,000 crores from the last budget. I think that the growth in outlay is a good sign for India's health sector. And India has in particular, sir, come up with a few schemes. Firstly, 157 nursing colleges will be established. And there is also a program of elimination of sickle cell anemia by 2047. And sir, and also the government is coming up with investments in digital, Ayushman Bharat digital mission also. Yes. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Mayur, what are few areas for improvement in health sector in India?
Sir, so there are multiple areas where we need to invest. Firstly, sir, the infrastructure. Sir, during the COVID period, we have come to know that the bed to patient ratio is not up to the mark.
Yeah, that is one. Okay.
Secondly, sir, personnel. So the doctor patient ratio is also not up to the WHO limit if we consider only the allopathic doctors. So thirdly, also not only the doctors but also other paramedical staff, that is also lacking. So fourthly, the out of pocket expenditure in India is also very high. That primarily goes down to, sir, lack of insurance coverage and penetration in India.
Are you aware of any initiative by WHO recently to prepare for any future or potential threat from a COVID-like pathogen?
Yes, sir. Sir,
They have come
I
out
think
with some.
One Health approach. I know that one Health approach is being done so that we can come up with an holistic approach with both humans as well as environment and animals, because the COVID it was actually a zoonotic disease, and this One Health approach will help in controlling and monitoring this type of zoonotic disease.
Just have a look at that.
Yes.
Okay. Now, posting of doctors in rural areas
Yes, sir.
is a serious problem.
Yes, sir.
In villages, doctors, even if they are posted, they don't regularly, they are not available.
Yes, sir.
So how as district administrator, you can improve the situation?
Okay. Yes, sir. Sir, firstly, the lack of doctors in the rural area, that goes down to, sir, lack of also infrastructure in the, and secondly, sir, the lack of medical related facilities are also there less in rural areas. So doctors feel that their potential is being underutilized. For example, even in the PSC that I was working, mini PSC, there was no delivery room. So as a district administrator, if I am given the opportunity, then I will try to assess whatever facilities that can be provided so that the doctors don't feel underutilized.
Why Bangladesh is an important country for us from the diplomatic point of view?
Yes, sir. Sir, Bangladesh has been an old friend of India even from 1971 itself. Sir, we have a shared history, culture, and people-to-people connect with Bangladesh. Sir, besides this, Bangladesh is one of the highest trading partners of India. So, we need to ensure that we can maintain a good trading relation with Bangladesh. That is also an export destination for India, firstly. So secondly, India can help Bangladesh in diversifying their energy sources. So that is also an opportunity for us to.
Now tell me, we are having this G20 presidency.
Yes.
And there will be series of meetings.
Yes, sir.
Running into, I think 200 meetings will be already started first from Udaipur, Rajasthan. In your opinion, in your view, how can we make it a grand success? What steps government of India should take to make this G20 event a historical one?
Yes, sir.
It is an annual event,
Yes, sir.
but this time India has been given this opportunity. So how can we make it absolutely historical? What steps India should take?
So firstly, the world at present is very divided. So India has a very good opportunity to unite the various countries.
Good.
The world seems.
That is one, yes.
Secondly, sir, it is a very good opportunity for India to raise the voices of the developing countries, whom we have been referring to as the global south. It is a very good opportunity for India to raise to the occasion and be a legitimate voice of the global south. Thirdly, sir, India can raise its concerns for the climate change. That is one of the biggest issues that the world is facing at the moment. The climate financing is probably the one thing that India can raise in this platform.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mayur.
Mayur,
Yes, sir.
you like solving Rubik's Cube.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So tell me two advantages and two disadvantages.
Yes. Sir, advantages is firstly it helps in cognitive development, trying to solve it, and secondly, sir, it also helps in developing the attitude that no matter whatever the problem I get, I will come with a solution for this. And sir, disadvantage I cannot think of as such a disadvantage, but I sometimes have this habit of if I am solving Rubik's Cube, then I get into that and probably get for like 1 hour or 2, I continue doing that.
Your optional subject is anthropology.
Yes, sir.
So as a student of anthropology, explain evolution of humans in very simple terms.
Yes, sir. Sir, evolution as a whole can be explained, is mostly accepted in the form of natural selection. Sir, the first early hominins that we have come across is Australopithecus. Certain mutations in those early hominins gave them some advantage in survival, and that resulted in survival of the fittest, and that continued through Australopithecus to Homo habilis, Homo erectus, and we continued on till we came across Homo sapiens, that is modern humans.
Okay, let's talk on economy. So India keeps on shifting its target
Yes.
of economic parameters. Like we set a target of $5 trillion economy by 23 only. Now it is 27-28. So when will we be really able to achieve it, and which are the sectors which will play a major role in achieving this target?
Sir, I think that as far as this $5 trillion economy was concerned, the issue was mostly the COVID and next the Russia and the Ukraine war that happened. That had a very deep impact. However, I think that's keeping these targets helps us in being ambitious. And if we keep the target very at a distant, this may result in complacency. Having the target at a short distance helps us in taking more proactive steps. And sir, I believe that 2-3 sectors will be most crucial in achieving this target. So firstly, I can think of MSME sector. So that is one of the biggest sectors which has the highest potential of export as well as growth. And besides this, I can think of the agriculture. The agriculture also needs to be improved in such a manner that we should not only focus on production, but we should also focus on productivity. The yield needs to be increased so that we can go for more export based on this. And linked with this, we can go for food processing industry also.
I see your first preference is foreign service.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Why so?
Sir, during the course of the preparation, I developed a genuine interest in international relation and diplomacy. And sir, seeing the recent trend of India rising as a global leader, sir, if given the opportunity, it will be a matter of great pride for me to be a part of the journey of India becoming this global leader.
Okay. So, what changes would you advocate in India's present foreign policy?
Sir, I would not say that the radical changes are required in the India's foreign policy. India's policy of strategic autonomy has been since we have been independent, and that has worked out well for India so far. Coming up with, I think, however, we can be more proactive in our engagements with our neighbors rather than the engagements being more episodic. And also, India can, and with respect to neighbors, India can show that India is a reliable friend in need. As for example, this Sri Lanka crisis, India had emerged as one of the greatest help for Sri Lanka. Similarly, we can extend that pattern to other African countries as well, where China has a very strong hold at the moment.
Okay. If you were to be the EAM or the foreign ambassador of India, what three things would you like to promote about India?
Yes, sir. Sir, firstly, India's soft power. India has a very good penetration of its soft power, be it through yoga or through movies. Okay. Secondly, sir, the Ayush sector. The Ayush sector in India's promoting India's own medical structure over India as a cheap yet reliable medical source. That promoting medical tourism. And thirdly, sir, coming up with more like-minded countries to bring up a more resilient supply chain around India, so that we can be an exporter also to those countries.
Okay, my last question, Mayur. I would also like to have your opinion on the controversy related to Hindenburg report. What's your take?
Yes, sir. Sir, recently that Hindenburg report, as a result of that Hindenburg report, the Adani company shares have been going down. I think, sir, it's more of an opportunity for us to look into this matter. It's a very good opportunity for our regulators to look at whatever, if there were any loopholes, then we need to look at those. And India trying to attract foreign investments, it's a good opportunity for us to show that we are very serious about our share market and come up with the amendments required if there are so that we can build up a more robust market in India. That.
Okay, thank you, Mayur. I pass on to Chairman, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So, Mayur, the last question I will ask only if you say that something from your DAF has not been covered by us.
Sir, I think that the board has covered most of the
Board
topics.
has exhausted you.
Sir, no.
So, thank you, Mayur. We'll call you again. Meanwhile, you can be in the adjoining room.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Come, Mayur. Please sit down. All right. So, Mayur, first, we would like to have your comments on your own performance.
So I think it was okay, but so my eyes actually, I got photosensitive, the background.
To the green thing?
Yeah, so I got tears. So after
Really?
that, I got a little.
Okay, you will not have
nervous.
this problem there, you know.
Yes.
I think this is because of this video.
Yes, like too much light.
No, but we did not notice it.
Okay.
It
So
may be,
actually,
you may be in discomfort, but thankfully we did not note. But this is something which is external and will not be there at least. So Mayur, it was not okay. It was excellent.
Thank you, sir.
So we are very impressed with your personality, with your delivery of your ideas, your expressions, your communication. it was like a conversation, very interesting conversation, and you had the energy also, to very pleasing personality. Content wise, here and there, you will not be asked the same questions in the main interview, but there are certain common things which are happening, in the actual main interview. If you see the transcript, one, there is a lot of emphasis on the DAF.
Yes.
Right? So, the kind of surprise when I saw on your face when I asked surgery thing, so I saw a little bit of discomfort in you कि ये सर्जरी पे क्या पूछ लिया मेरे से. मेरा तो ये सब्जेक्ट पूरा MBBS था, it was not surgery.
Yes, so I thought you said specialization in surgery.
No, I did not say that.
MS. So.
But you should not express also.
Yes. Okay.
Because you in MBBS anything could be asked.
Yes,
You're
yes.
a doctor. So why I said this is because since you are a medical science graduate, you could be asked anything.
Yes.
It's a vast area. Though they may ask about application part, which we also did. कोई ऑपरेशन करना नहीं बताएंगे कि कैसे ऑपरेशन करते हैं, और ना ही कोई मेंबर आपसे दवाई पूछ लेगा कि मुझे नज़ला हो रहा है क्या लूँ मैं, right? So what I mean to say is that you must thoroughly prepare in depth about your medical thing. Some of the questions we try to cover: health sector, budget, how much is the GDP, share in the GDP, then technology in medical sciences, then Ayushman Bharat, how primary, secondary, tertiary services, how India is faring, how is secondary and tertiary improved through Ayushman, and related, Then of course Phulbari, you're from there. So you answered well, but then when I asked you about the bridge, you did not know much about it, because they say that it is going to be the second largest, 19 kilometers long. So something, like one of the wonders, and it's Meghalaya and Assam, it is going to connect. So likewise, you answered all the other questions very well, but I'm just telling you that these are the things which, your answer on this COVID thing was too long.
Yes, sir.
You narrated the entire story. Success story, sir, we made the people aware in time.
Yes, sir.
Right? We, we developed containment zones immediately when we saw that things are.
Yes, sir.
And we were hospitalizing those who were seriously ill. And with the result that the casualties were very less,
Yes.
and we were able to get a lot of people for vaccination and all.
Yes.
That's all. It was very long. You must have realized it.
Okay.
Right? So that's all, Mayur, from my side.
Yes.
We'll have comments from other members also.
Very good candidate. Keep it up. Have the pleasant personality, and make the answers more crisp.
Okay, sir.
Now, something special about Northeast, you have to prepare. The candidate from Northeast should know about the Northeast. So, one is Autonomous District Councils of Assam, and there is a district council called Bodo Council.
Yes.
What is the difference between the two councils? Regular autonomous councils and Bodo Council. There is a difference between them. Then in Assam, do you have any role model? If you have, then keep it ready. If you don't have, you can say, sir, I don't have a role model. But if you have, you keep it ready, so that 2-3 sentences of qualities you can tell about it. Okay. Then between Bhupen and Jayanta, that whose song you like most? So many people say that Jayanta's songs are better. If you also feel that way, then have 1 or 2 sentences in favor of that. If you think the Bhupen's songs are better, then have 2-3 lines, not lengthy, but that will show that you have interest other than the normal studies. That's part of the SMS culture.
Yes.
Okay? Thank you.
So Mayur, you were good. Just the way you are, I am happy. Okay. Only one thing, colonial science we are doing away with. Central Vista is one of such projects whereby we have done away with old parliament, moved to the new one. There are many more reasons.
Yes,
It is more spacious, it accommodates more than 1000 MPs,
yes.
things like that. So look into features of Central West. Rest all, nothing more to add. Very
Same here, Mayur. You look very confident, relaxed, balanced, pleasant personality. So I think I'm well informed. Just keep up that tempo and keep brushing up your current affairs. Okay. All the best.
So nothing more to add. So just keep it up and don't get complacent. If you can change the color of your tie, it would be good. It is black. So blue is preferable or something other color?
Blue or even maroon color, not very showy. Maroon color would be
But not black.
So should I go for like a solid color or should I go for like polka dot or like in the tie?
Yeah, plain
plain
color.
tie would be look
Plain.
better. Good.
No designs.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so
Have you finished?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, Mayur, we have given you 72%, which is
72 is
from our standard, it
198
is
mark.
one of the highest. You are capable of getting these marks in the actual interview. You are very bright. And just be focused on the DAF and the current affairs which are happening. The interviews which are being conducted, I mean, they are putting everyone in a very cordial this thing. So that apart, you're confident even otherwise, and they are generally asking questions, short questions from your DAF, but DAF related issues. All right. Any questions you have from us?
Sir, the length of my answers were a little bit longer.
I have told you the answer which which was lengthier, but not in all. Not in all.
Thank you, sir.
और कुछ पूछना है?
Sir,
हाँ, तो क्योंकि अच्छा करना है आपको, हाँ, कोई कमी नहीं होना चाहिए, और जो चीज नहीं आता है आप वहीं पर मना कर देंगे, उसको इधर उधर खींच के नहीं ले जाएंगे, नहीं तो नुकसान हो जाएगा।
okay, sir.
ठीक है ना?
Okay, sir.
मिसा कटा को बोलने लगे। गेट ऑन।
All the best to you.
All the best. Thank you, sir.